Salutations, namaste to all of you, to my dearest gremlins, and today I welcome you to a rather brand new journey in today's video. Today's video is going to invite you to a journey of a new chapter in the book of our lives. And today I shall welcome you to our theater, the theater of life, and lights, camera, action. So, today, in all retrospect and seriousness, I wanted to discuss upon a particular topic in mind, in which is more or less related to our societal issue. And our societal issue, I must say, is rather self-degrading to ourselves as human beings. Now, from what I mean is social networks in particular. And it's not just any ordinary type of social media. It's more along the lines of, how should I say, anti-social media. Anti-social media. Welcome to my theater. Today I shall invite you on a brand new adventure. And this adventure is something quite spectacular. To all of my ghouls and gremlins, I welcome you to this brand new adventure in today's journey of life. To this magnificent theater. And, well, I said that already. But anyways, the topic is related to anti-social media. Now, my honest-to-God perspective on social media in particular is technology could be manifested and consumed and harnessed within a positive spectrum, a positive perspective, as long as you take every initiative and invest that responsibility within yourselves as a human being to bring it upon yourselves and to channel the negatives into the collectives of the positive. Our videos in this channel, we dedicate our videos to the cause of humanity through the purpose of good intentions, obviously, and for the intentions of this being an inspiration project. I have said this numerous amount of times before. I cannot even recall or even imagine how many times before I had even mentioned this. However, the purpose of our videos, obviously, is in its passion and intensity in order for us to channel a positive influence into the airwaves of our humanity, of our 21st century, of our society today. And we hope that ultimately our videos would help to inspire those of you for the positive. And of course, only for the positive. If anything else, we certainly do the greatest in our aspirations. We hope that our aspirations come to light, and our vision is ultimately to change, to revolutionize yourself, to change the world around us. And we hope to dedicate ourselves to the cause of mankind, the purpose and influence of positivity throughout the consciousness of journey, the consciousness of life and a journey of this life, and to helping others to revolutionize themselves and to change their perspective from the negative and to transgress the transparency of the human mind between from the negative, from the oceans of darkness, into the positive, into the influence of the light, and ultimately for our videos to being able to help you inside this journey of life. And social network and technology, as you could see, it is meant for the positive aspect, the positive. So you might ask yourselves, how should we progress forward and develop our characteristics of who we are, the molecules that engineer and craft the development of who we are as human beings. The reason I say this is because we have truly become desensitized and disconnected from nature and of everything that is vital of life that surrounds the world and life in the universe and of our planet in general. And we need to harness what's most important, which is how to live life, how to coexist inside of the planet, inside of the world, and how the progression of the gradual steps of how to becoming a greater human being, a greater person, and embracing your individuality. And how should we disconnect ourselves from the matrix and the pretense of a false illusion of reality, such as example of video games, and consuming our time with insignificant irrelevance of technology and of everything that we are addicted to, and that ultimately self-inflicts harm to ourselves, the harm and dangers of too much technology or too much of one thing or the other. And I hope that ultimately you stop spending so much time playing video games and spending time and dedicating yourselves to the cause of family, reconnect and connect with friends, for those of you who have friends. And as for someone as myself, I do not necessarily have that many friends at all. And the few in the circle of friendships that I do have, those are the ones that I have a substantial amount of respect for, and of those whom I trust with all my life. And for those who decide to follow me inside this journey, I commemorate you, and you are just as much of a friend to me as I would have accepted anyone with open arms, as universal as the philanthropy and philosophy of my perspective, of my state of mind, of my psychology. So, meaning is that I love and accept generally everyone equally. And as equality embraces, well, this is the fundamentals of our structures of who we are as human beings. We need to disconnect ourselves away from the fragments of a dangerous reality. The dangerous reality, the darkness of reality is, consuming our lives and our time with watching the news, media, social media, and of different things, and especially television in itself. It's a mere distraction to deceive your minds into an imagination of a false reality, of an affliction, of an addiction of reality. So ultimately, the intention of why I personally create videos for is to use technology to our advantage, to harness the positivity that could be found within the light of a positive influence through sharing our knowledge, our words of wisdom, our virtues, our system of morality, and everything that surrounds us as far as a positive light is concerned. And that is the only thing that we intend to share with the arms of the world, is positivity within itself. And we have ourselves as human beings, we have truly become desensitized and disconnected from everything that is positive in the world. And it truly is disgusting. It is beyond pathetic. And I believe that us as human beings, we could actually do so much greater in life. And there's so much beauty, a natural beauty that could be found and discovered within our society, within our world today, in our humanity. Yet we seem to remain ever so apathetic towards absolutely everything in our world today. We pay no such attention to the blissful tranquility of nature or of general life all around us that surrounds us on a constant. And it seems as if not enough of us are open-minded to realizing all that there is good in the world, as well as especially for an example of someone like myself, for an example. And as unfortunate as it is enough to say this, however, there are those who remain blinded by our journey of life, blinded by our ambitions, and, well, at least for my ambition, for Jen and I, ourselves. And it seems as if there are those who still remain apathetic or blinded by self-interest, blinded by the mere deceptions of the world, by the oceans of darkness of the world, by the blackness that disguises itself and ultimately blinds us in every perspective possible. And ultimately, I envision to see that come to light, the possible perspective to where our videos would ultimately become so influential and to change the larger perspective, to change the scope of life, to change of how you perceive the world around you. And I hope that one day for us to become successful to the point where we have enough of a larger audience to where we are able to ultimately influence the entire world one day. So for those of you, I commemorate and thank you to those of you who ultimately watch our videos. And for those of you that are open-minded enough to watching our videos and hearing out of what we ourselves have to say, for that I truly thank you. There are no amount of words within this world to even congratulate you. And for those of you who are friends with us, we obviously thank you on behalf of Jen and myself. And she's not here right now. She's actually asleep right now. And it truly captivates our hearts for who we are. It truly inspires the deepest connectiveness of our spirits and of our inner core of a consciousness for all of your support. And it truly is magnificent. So thank you all so very much. And you have yourselves to applaud. You have yourselves to be proud of. And I salute you. So thank you. Social networks in particular for myself, I am someone who never spends a rather large amount of time to being consumed within the confines, within the reality of social network. I mostly use it as an avenue to post notifications of my brand new videos, to once in a while interact with a circle of close friends of mine, or at least those who truly matter to myself. And while of course our words might fall upon deaf ears to a handful of few within the circle, we truly could, honest to God, care less otherwise, because of the reason and the simple fact that this human life is so shortened, is so small with a small fraction, and we only have so much in life to live for a duration of time that exists. And life and existence is so much more significant and meaningful if you are to broaden the horizons of your knowledge. If you coexist all throughout your existence, to focus only on the positive aspects of human nature, of the world around you, and to ultimately remind yourselves to be who you are as a human being and express your individuality. Be proud, be broad and vibrant, be open, and be proud to be who and what you are as a human being. And it's something that I remind myself on a regular basis, on a constant, inside of this journey of life and consciousness, every day of my life. So you have to be the one to invest that responsibility within yourselves if you are to receive a positive influence from watching our videos, and to ultimately adapt that into your everyday life, and to focus only upon the positive scope of reality, of human nature. You see, I'm someone who had ultimately studied human nature and the psychology of the human mind, as well as social behavior and behavioral patterns and the correlation, the negative and positive correlations of human beings. I've observed them, I've studied them, I've evaluated them. I had ultimately coursed throughout my entire existence dedication to committing myself into how to improve society for the positive, how to perform random acts of kindness towards society, and how we should encompass the vision of our existence to place someone else in the world around us before us. And inside of that selfless act of kindness, it truly is a project. It's not only a project, it's a revolutionary vision to project yourselves into the greater perspective of who you are as a human being. And it's a greater aspect to envision yourself to encompass to journey throughout the consciousness and the adventure of this life, into how to invest that positivity within yourselves, and to how to become something greater than yourselves, and something much more vibrant, and to transform the transparency between being something mediocre and minuscule. It's just something obsolete into something that is so much more grand and spectacular, and something to become greater than yourselves, to become something original, something creative. And all of us as human beings, all of us as human beings, we truly have a sense of purpose to exist in this life. We must simply take advantage of that and push aside and drown out the negatives and the darkness of all the obstacles in our lives, and to rise up and rise above our obstacles and become ourselves greater every day of our lives. And we have so much to live for in this life. We are so consumed in today's general society with, no offense to those of you who play video games, we have things such as, video games and television. We are consumed by the newspapers and just about every fragments of irrelevance of everything in life. Even despite we are consumed by the negative aspect of technology, we still have to harness within ourselves to the dedication to devote ourselves into the world of doing not only random acts of kindness, but as well as to help to recycle the environment and to restore our planet, to help save our planet as best as possible, and to carry on the honor and the valor of our legacy throughout the consciousness of this life, and for us to, we ourselves, become greater every single day of our lives. And I hope that for those of you who watch our videos, or if you are someone brand new to watching this video, we welcome you with open arms. As universal as our perspective and my philosophy, I've already accepted you for who and what you are, for who you are. So please subscribe to this channel, and please share this video with others, as well as please take the consideration and time to sink into the consciousness and the collectives of your thoughts into what I said in this video, and adapt this into your existence, into helping others. And further and foremost, the most vital perspective is to helping yourselves, to witness the gradual progression of a positive correlation that could be found and discovered within yourselves, to grasp the light, to embrace it once you had discovered a light. And please share this video with others. Please subscribe to this inspiration project that should be found right here. And namaste. Peace and Yahshua. God bless everyone. And thank you. So, I shall depart from this theater of life. See you guys.